Outer Banks Season 5 is coming out in a few weeks, and in case you can't remember anything that happened from Season 1 to 4, this video is just for you. I'm going to be recapping all the seasons, letting you know everything that you need to remember going into Season 5. So Outer Banks is a town where there are two social groups, the wealthy Kooks and the working class Pogues. So the core Pogues are John B, JJ, Pope, and Kiara. John B's father, Big John, has been missing for 9 months at the start of the show, last seen searching for the wreck of the Royal Merchant, a ship rumored to be carrying $400 million in gold. Season 1, The Royal Merchant Gold. A hurricane exposes a sunken wreck, kicking off the Pogue search for the Royal Merchant's treasure, using clues John B believes his father left behind. Along the way, wealthy kook Sarah Cameron falls for John B and eventually joins the Pogues despite her family status. The gold trail leads back to Denmark Tanny, an enslaved man who survived the original Royal Merchant's wreck centuries earlier and went on to own Tanny Hill, the plantation-turned-estate that Sarah's family, the Camerons, now live on. Sarah's father, Ward Cameron, is secretly just as obsessed with the gold as the Pogues are, and he's willing to betray anyone to get it, including his own kids. Sarah's older brother, Rafe Cameron, spirals over the course of the season into substance dealing and violence, and ends up killing the local sheriff Peterkin, who's investigating Big John's disappearance. Ward covers for Rafe and lets John B take the blame instead. By the end of the season, Ward has also stolen the gold out from under the Pogues. With John B now wanted for murder he didn't commit, he and Sarah flee the Outer Banks by boats, intending to reach Mexico. They sail straight into a storm and are presumed dead when the season ends. We pick up in Season 2. John B and Sarah survive the storm and are rescued by a boat headed to the Bahamas, which happens to be exactly where Ward secretly shipped the stolen Royal Merchant gold. While there, they meet Cleo, a new addition to the group who becomes a full-fledged Pogue. Back on the Outer Banks, JJ, Pope, and Kiara pick up a new treasure hunt, the Cross of Santo Domingo, another priceless heirloom connected to Denmark Tanny, who turns out to be one of Pope's own ancestors. A wealthy, mysterious woman named Limbre enters the picture, claiming a connection to the Tanny family history and offering to help the Pogues, though her motives are murky throughout. Ward and Rafe are chasing the same cross, setting up a second season of the Pogues and the Camerons racing each other to the same prize. The Pogues do manage to locate the cross, but they lose it to Rafe and Limbre before they can walk away with it. Ward attempts to smuggle both the stolen gold and the cross out of the country aboard a cargo ship called the Coastal Venture. The season builds to a violent confrontation in which Rafe shoots his own sister Sarah during the chaos. Ward is also badly injured in the season's climax. The Cameron family, gold and cross in hand, flees the country for Guadeloupe as the season ends, with Ward's injuries setting up a health crisis that carries into the following season. Season 2 also plants the seed that Big John, John B's father, may still be alive after all. Next, Season 3, El Dorado. Season 3 opens up with the Pogues shipwrecked on a deserted island, nicknamed Pogelandia, after a plan to steal the cross of Santo Domingo from Rafe and Ward falls apart. Their stay is short-lived. They are found by a pilot named Jimmy, who turns out to be lying about who he is, and their rescue plane eventually crashes in Barbados, where Kiara is kidnapped. If you're still watching up till this point, please consider liking the video and subscribing. This really pushes the channel and helps me to continue creating content. I make videos about popular TV shows all the time. I'm going to be making videos about Outer Banks Season 5, so you don't want to miss that. Thank you. Moving on. In Guadeloupe, Ward is recovering from his Season 2 injuries. The stolen gold is locked away in his home, and Rafe is working hard to sell the Cross of Santo Domingo. All of these threads converge in Barbados around a new antagonist, Carlos Singh, a ruthless treasure hunter obsessed with finding the legendary Cross of El Dorado. Singh turns out to be both Kiara's kidnapper and Rafe's buyer of the cross. The season's biggest twist, Big John, John B's father, is revealed to be alive. He's being held by Singh, who needs John B's help deciphering an ancient astronomical device called the Gnomon of Solana, believing it points the way to El Dorado. John B, Sarah, Pope, and Cleo all travel to South America to rescue him, using Ward's own plane to get there. The finale is brutal for both families. Ward, in a genuine moment of redemption, is fatally shot while shielding Sarah from one of Singh's men, tackling him off a cliff as he dies. Big John, already wounded from an earlier confrontation with Singh, dies shortly after from blood loss while the group is escaping by boats. Carlos Singh also dies in the pursuit of the gold. John B and Sarah do find El Dorado and make it out with the treasure. The season ends with an 18-month time jump. The Pogues are publicly honored for solving the mystery of the Royal Merchant, the Cross of Santo Domingo, and El Dorado, and they are shown starting to settle into their new fortune and adult lives. This was where I thought Outer Banks would end, but it came back for season 4. Season 4, split into 2 parts, finds the Pogues drawn into one more hunt after West Jenrette and his son-in-law, Chandler Groff, hire them to find Blackbeard's lost treasure, the Blue Crown, said to grant the holder's deepest wish. There's a supernatural thread running through this one. West is a descendant of the man who killed Blackbeard and his wife Elizabeth centuries earlier, and Elizabeth's ghost is said to haunt the Jenrette bloodline, appearing to family members shortly before their deaths. West reveals he's already seen her. Back on the Outer Banks, the Pogues also clash repeatedly with Toffa and the Cooks throughout the season, including a dangerous confrontation on the beach involving Toffa's new girlfriend Ruthie. Meanwhile, John B and Sarah learn that Sarah is pregnant, adding new stakes to the season that keeps pulling the group deeper into danger. The season's central gut punch involves JJ. He learns that Larissa, Chandler Groff's late wife, was his biological mother, and that Chandler Groff himself is his real biological father, secretly hiding behind a respectable public image. This revelation sends JJ spiraling, and over the course of the season, he's framed for murder and ends up accidentally starting a fire that shuts down much of the town. The group search for the Blue Crown and Elizabeth's amulet eventually pushes them all the way to Morocco. In the finale, JJ tries to work with Groff, only to be betrayed and stabbed, though the Pogues manage to save him from drowning. Later, after Groff threatens Kiara directly, JJ gives up the location of the treasure to protect her. Groff kills JJ anyway, seemingly without a real reason, right after obtaining the Blue Crown. In his final scene, Groff is left alone on the coast with the crown, cutting his hand on it and appearing to try to use its supposed power, overcome with grief over what he's done to his own son. The season closes with the Pogues mourning JJ and holding a small funeral for him. Brave, now firmly integrated into the group's world, reveals that Groff has a buyer lined up for the Blue Crown in Lisbon. Despite an initial cold reaction from Pope, the group ultimately agrees to go after Groff and get justice for JJ, setting up the story heading into the show's 5th and final season. So these are where things stand entering season 5. John B and Sarah are together, expecting a baby and mourning JJ alongside the rest of the group. Pope, Kiara, and Cleo are all alive, now folding Rafe into the new group's plan to track down Groff and get revenge. Rafe has shifted from villain to uneasy ally, providing the group's next lead. Chandler Groff, this season's central villain, was last seen with the Blue Crown, planning to sell it in Lisbon. JJ was killed in the finale of the previous season after learning the truth about his biological parents. His death is the driving motivation heading into the final season. And that's all you need to know, so you're all caught up. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to the channel. I make videos like this all the time. Thank you, till next time. Enjoy Outer Banks Season 5.